Well, I think we're finally going to have some sunshine. I think I came up with a plan for this plot. We were going to plant some pumpkins. Maybe Grandpa already did that, I don't know. And then I was going to throw some beans out here. I think I'm going to put it into winter blend. I'll probably mix the rest of my beans in with it. Got a nice sizable plot here. I've got all this. There's a little grass growing down there where it was wet. But we're going to till this all up here in another week or two. And put this all into winter blend. Do a bunch of turnips and some dike and radishes and stuff in here. I think she'll be good right here against the woods. So I'm gonna throw a camera up down here. I haven't had anything back here in a while, so we're gonna do that. These beans are looking gorgeous, at least from what little I know about beans. And I don't really see any issues. I think the color looks good. Again, for what little I know about beans. Color looks good. They're almost knee high. Don't really see any browsing pressure on them, which is good. I've got the farmer that rents our land's got 15 acres of beans around us. I am seeing some with holes in the leaves. Not real sure what that's about. Yeah, I do see some holes in leaves. Not too sure, but otherwise, I mean, we've got a real nice stand of beans in here. So hopefully these keep growing and grow some nice pods, and we got some beautiful beans for this winter. Sorry for the noise of the truck in the background. It's hot and I'm leaving the truck run for the air conditioning. We've been getting just a ton of velvet bucks out here in this clover plot. Runs all along down here, past Grandpa's camper, all the way down there. Just getting piles of velvet bucks out here, but they're so spread out that I'm not getting any really good rack pictures. So I'm gonna venture down here by the creek and find a creek crossing and put another camera out. The creek is kind of all screwed up after all the flooding. I mean, screwed up. Wow. I mean, that is pretty crazy, the carnage that flood does. I mean, it's completely changed our entire creek. So I'm gonna have to walk it and see if the trail crossings are the same or different now. Wow, I don't even know which way to go. They've had such good established crossings that I knew exactly where to go. This was one here for years. They came right down through here and crossed. You know what, I'm gonna put a camera here, see what happens. I see some tracks here. We'll see if they're using this one again. You know, the flood kind of changed all this, but I think it'll be all right. So I'm gonna throw a camera up here again. I've had one here in the years past, and gets to be a pretty heavily used area. So we'll throw a camera up here and see what we get. Well, the plan for this plot here is, if it dries out another week or two, I'm going to put this into winter blend. This was going to be a plow down plot anyways. The weeds took it over. I was never able to get in and get it mowed. When it was dry, I didn't have time, and then when I didn't have time, it was too wet and I got stuck. So for sure, I'm going to plow this down, put this into fall winter blend, and then another plot I showed earlier, I'm going to do the same thing, that one that's bare right now. I think that's it. I think between this and that's a good chunk of winter blend. I think I'm going to leave where I did the winter blend on the other end of the plot here. I think I'm just going to leave it. I've got clover and chicory in there. I'm going to leave it. I'm getting a lot of pictures of does and fawns in there eating and stuff. So the plan is the next plots are going to be, this is going to get plowed down. Hopefully it dries out. Get this plowed. Actually, I'm just going to probably hit it with the tiller. Scuff it up. I'll probably mow it, hit it with the tiller, plant the other one. Hopefully have some nice stands of turnips and radishes and stuff this year. I'm going to put up a camera here in Grandpa's new camping spot. There was a kind of behind me here on the edge of town, there was a natural gas pumping station, and they tore it out, gave the land back to Grandpa Kevin, and Thought this would make a really good campsite over here. Move it from the one that he had over on the other side. And so came in here. There's this nice little clearing here. You can open it up. It's kind of between the two creeks here. There's a creek on both sides. So he's gonna make a campsite here, but I was curious to see what's kind of moving through here for critters. So I'm gonna walk in here and see if I can find a tree and maybe put a camera in here, and I guess we'll see if we get anything coming through here now that it's opened up. Well, I put a camera on the tree right here. We'll see what we get. I know so very little about this part of Grandpa's land. We've always kind of stayed out of here. This part of it has always been does, fawns, little bucks. Never really seen anything big coming through this area. It's always been hard to access, and never really had a reason to spend a bunch of time in here, so we've kind of just always left this alone. So I don't really know what the deer movement is through here, other than we know there's a lot of deer that come through it. We see them coming in and out of it. So now that Grandpa's gonna have a campground in here, a camper in here, and it's kind of open and I can get in here easily and access the trail camera, we'll see what we got moving around in here. So we got it back there, kind of tucked it away. We'll see what happens, and maybe I'll put another one out here in this opening. We're right on the edge of town here. The hope is Grandpa's gonna be able to clear this out and be able to pull his motorhome in here, put a nice site. We'll put electricity and stuff in here. It'll be a great little site. So otherwise, it was a couple hours ago I went and pulled the cards over on the other side, and around the rest of the land, and I'd already looked at them at home, and it was super disappointing. There was really nothing on camera of any size. Definitely different than what I've been getting. I've been really consistently getting pretty decent bucks, which is new this year. In the years past, never had anything of any size in velvet. Nothing of any size showed up till mid-October. Kind of surprising this year. All of a sudden we've got some sizable bucks during the summer, and of course, you know, we all know they switch summer to fall ranges. But it was interesting to actually see some decent sized velvet bucks. I don't know, maybe just a coincidence, but had nothing shaking on it on the cards. So I threw out a couple more cameras, some more areas, and I just put this one up. So guess we'll see what next week brings.